Chud the Grifter received some very terrible news this morning, and the best part about this, we all got to watch him receive this terrible news. To think all you had to do was just leave black people alone? All you had to do was literally just leave people alone. Man, Chud heard that judge bang that gavel and he said, He was back in court today in front of a judge for a bond hearing, and this bond hearing, his first appearance, was the first time that Chud and his supporters really understood the gravity of these charges and the gravity of the moment. They were talking about these charges as if Chud would be out by Monday. But today, they finally got the message.
Business like we do every day. If you can't do that, I'll give you a chance to go ahead and leave now, because anybody that calls any kind of disturbance at all is subject to being in direct contempt and serving 10 days in jail and a $50 fine or both. Just want you to know that. We're not going to put up with any outbursts or any shenanigans today. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Here we go. State versus Dalton Etherly. And bring Mr. Etherly out. Good morning, Mr. Etherly. Good morning, Mr. You're here this morning, case number 26 CR 5295. You're charged in count 1 of criminal homicide, 39-13-201. That's an A felony. It's punishable by 15 to 60 years in state penitentiary. Count 2 is employment of firearm during a dangerous felony, 39-17-13-24. That's a D felony. Normally, that range of punishment would be 2 to 4 years in state penitentiary. However, by statute, this case is a charge is enhanced, and if you don't have any prior convictions, it's a mandatory 6-year sentence at 100%. Count 3 is ag assault with serious bodily harm, 39-13-102. It's a C felony, carries a range of punishment 3 to 15 years in state penitentiary. Count 4 is reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, also a C felony, 3 to 15 years in state penitentiary. Have you hired an attorney yet, sir?
I don't know if it's me seeing a judge say these numbers or my hatred for Chud, but I ain't never done math this quickly before in my life. I was calculating it up as he was reading it out. Chud is 28 years old. To really fully understand this, he's 28 years old. For a judge to look you in your eyes and tell you that one of the charges you're being charged with could potentially keep you in jail for 60 years is him telling you could die in prison. Like, this is a life sentence. Heck, black folks, we merciful, all right? We are merciful. Even if we say, hey, Chud, if you get on bended knees and sing the Black National Anthem, we'll, recommend to the judge to take off 20 years. Even if we take off 20 years, hypothetically, of course, because ain't no mercy. We don't got no love or empathy for Chud, F him. But if we take off 20 years, at the age of 28 years old, being asked to walk down 40 is a life sentence. A 28 years old walking down 40 is walking down a life sentence, bruh. Simple as that. And the one thing that stood out of all of this, out of everything, the one thing that stood out about Chud being in that courtroom, the judge pointed it out, people who I had in court pointed it out, people who was outside pointed it out, there were people outside protesting Chud. There were detractors of Chud in the courtroom protesting Chud. But you know the one thing nobody mentioned? Chud's supporters. Chud's family wasn't present. Nobody was there to support Chud. It was Chud in that courtroom filled with a bunch of people who despise him and hate him for everything he has done. So at the age of 28 years old, you shot yourself, you went to jail, and you're facing attempted murder charges, and your family isn't even present to support you because you have made yourself the ultimate pariah. You fully crashed out. And you crashed out for a bunch of people who don't give a damn about you. This right here is a tale far too common on the internet. A guy ruining his life for validation from internet supporters And then when he fully ruined it, they're nowhere to be found. Chud's last live stream before the shooting, Chud was talking about how the only support he had left was from his audience and his demographic. Where are they at now for Chud?
Who's helping me, bro? I can't even, like, my whole family doesn't even help me, bro. I don't have federal agents. I don't have organizations. I don't have people behind me except you guys.
In his brain, he really thought the people who was encouraging him to go out and disrespect black people and be racist, he really thought in his brain that these were the people who were going to be by his side when he got into the deep mess. They're not, bro. Your family was going to be by your side, but you made it almost impossible for them to support you. Bro, I'm sure not everybody in Chud's family is racist. I'm sure people in Chud's family is looking at what he does and said, bro, what type of monster are you? Bro, we can't deal with you.
You have?
Well, I haven't checked him.
Okay, Mr. Finley's here. You been hired yet, Mr. Finley? I know you have a prior relationship with him in other cases.
No way it's changed.
No, all right. So I'm going to appoint Mr. Finley right now to represent you. Should you make your bond and you want to hire Mr. If you make bond, you're going to need to probably hire Mr. Finley. I'm going to set this for preliminary hearing on the 26th of May. All right. That'll be inside the 14 days, Mr. Finley. Does that work for your calendar? Yes, sir. Not yet. I'm about to do that. I want to make sure he's got an attorney and all that stuff first.
Yes, sir. May 26th.
Okay. All right. Bond. Bond's not been said yet. General, do you have a position on bond today?
You know, Mr. Eagley is on bond on two cases, one from here, one from Davidson County. Pending a hearing where the court would be informed and make a decision based on the following factors. I respectfully request to be held without bond until a day we can have a hearing. Okay. So the court can make an informed decision. Right now it would just be arbitrary.
Okay.
Number.
All right. Thank you, General. When the court sets bond, if we have a bond, when we have a bond hearing, we'll consider TCA 4011-118. The overriding intent of that statute now is to protect the public interest and public safety. Mr. Easley's on bond apparently on several other matters when this matter was allegedly committed. I'm looking at an A and really a super D, a C, really 3 C's and an A really for tracking kind of purposes. It's pretty serious.
Your Honor mentioned criminal homicide. I thought that was attempted.
Did I say homicide? I meant to say attempted criminal homicide if I didn't.
Okay.
I thought I did, but that's still an A felony.
Yes.
Okay.
So bail, we're gonna have a bail.
I'm going to set just a bond right now after we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million.
Cooked. No more. Absolutely cooked. 1.25 million. It was only 3 months ago when Chud was begging his white supremacist fans to donate money to him because he couldn't feed his family, because he didn't have any job to feed his family, and his business, is absolutely tarnished and ruined. Now, and by family, he meant himself, because this is a scam. Because the baby mama don't rock with Chud. She raises the son. The son was taken out of Chud's custody entirely. So Chud used his family and his son to raise money for himself. Yeah, so if you couldn't feed yourself 3 months ago, where are you getting money from to pay your bond? Now, people keep bringing up this, donation raised, right? Now, listen, Chud had raised about, $102,000 before his arrest. So when he was going out doing racist things, white supremacists and racists were donating to him to feed him to continue to start doing it. And a lot of that money, I believe, is already spent because Chud didn't have a job, right? And Chud was traveling to Tennessee, Nashville, right? Every day, right? Staying in luxury Airbnbs, right? Eating steak dinners. So a lot of his money is already gone. So let's just say he raised $65,000 since his arrest. That's still not enough for bail or a bondsman. It's still not enough. And even if he does raise the 10%, he got about another what, like 50 something thousand left to raise, the 125,000. Even if he raised the 10%, I got some more bad news for Chud that he probably don't want to hear. One of the bill bondsmen gave a statement. He responded back to a comment. And if Chud plans on making bond anytime soon, we got some bad news for him. Shout out to the brother Charlie Floyd from Clarksville for sending me this. Now, the bill bondsman goes, we as bondsmen in Montgomery County have local rules which will require a bonding company per 100K bond. Sometimes they let us go up to 250K depending on circumstances. So that would make it to where at the very least, there would need to be 9 companies involved, if not more. So their local rule says that, that one bond company cannot insure or guarantee more than $250,000, right? It's really $100,000, but at the most they can do $250,000. Then Chud would have to find nine bond companies ready to take a chance on him. But again, more bad news for Chud because the bondsman is saying, all right, there's about 20 bill bondsmen in Montgomery County, and none of them is gonna touch this. There will need to be 9 companies involved, if not more, depending on the judge's decision. But I will say that out of the 20 companies that are here, majority of us have said we won't touch the bond due to the severity of the case and this man being a threat to our community. So realistically, if he doesn't have the 1.25 million, he will sit there. This man lives in a single wide trailer and grift for a living. He don't got it. He don't got it. Now, will the white supremacists and the racists raise 1.25 million for Chud? I doubt it, but that would be impressive if they do. Now, even if you do raise, let's say the 10%, right, and you do find a bill bondsman, don't you have, for something like that high, don't you have to guarantee property or something? And I don't think anybody in Chud's family is signing over their property. And I don't think none of the supporters who support Chud are gonna sign over their freaking property. Chud is in a world of trouble. To think that you made this much of a mess for yourself, that you were so hateful, so despicable, so nasty, that even predatory bill bondsmen who would give child predators a bond, even they're saying, bro, we can't touch you. We don't rock with you. We don't want to do no business with you. Our money ain't no good with you. No, your money ain't no good with us. Shh. You done effed up now, Chud. Now, the judge even emphasized, because his lawyer tried to, try to rebuttal, the judge even emphasized, there is a community risk with this guy being out here.
Based upon the fact of how many people in the courtyard were here at the courthouse and the seriousness of all these felonies and his bond status. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So the 26th at 9 o'clock, the 21st at 9 o'clock for a bond hearing, and the 26th at 9 for a preliminary hearing right here. Does that work for everybody's calendar? General, does that work for the state?
Yes.
All right.
Just for the court's information, Mr. Finley, the state is going to request and file a source hearing when and if there's an attempt to make bond.
Okay. Is there any objection of us taking all those matters up at the bond hearing on the 21st?
No.
Mr. Finley, do you have any objection to doing it that way? That's the most efficient way, I think.
There's another hearing, I think the 21st or the 26th, to see if they can reduce the bond. I doubt it. I doubt they're reducing the bond whatsoever, okay? Now, Chud would be not so happy to hear, okay, that his white supremacist homies like Nick Fuentes is calling for the judge to send him to jail. They're advocating for Chud to get found guilty and get sent to jail. Because even the racists don't like you, Chud.
Praying that Chud has at least one wignut on his jury and no grow eyebers. Free Chud.
I say send him to jail. I don't think what he did was defensible. Yeah, at a certain point, if you're running around with a gun antagonizing people and then you shoot somebody, it's one thing if somebody attacks you for no reason and you shoot them. It's another thing if it's here I am with my live stream where I provoke confrontations. I hope I don't have to kill anybody today. I don't know, man. I wish that he could just reform and, they give him a slap on the wrist and he doesn't do anything again. But I mean, that was going to happen no matter what.
Lana Del Rey Grower percent $20.
Never thought in my life I would say this, but I agree with Nick Fuentes, okay? Ain't no saving this dude, man. Let's not have no mercy. Send him to jail. But what do y'all think, man? Y'all think the white supremacists will raise the $1.25 million to get Chud out of jail? Let me know, okay? I've seen them do worse, okay? Let me know, man. If you guys are watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here to find out exactly why Charleston White is accusing Adam of some very horrifying things in his new interview. I'm going to see you guys in this Charleston White and Adam 22 video. Send me a hype to this video if you want to show support. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.